having an absolutely fantastic morning, afternoon, or night, whatever it is for you guys when today's video finally reaches you. Today's video, you guys, really fascinates me because as you guys know, I've had tons of paranormal experiences. We've caught some pretty compelling paranormal evidence on camera when we went out on ghost adventures and just different paranormal investigations all across Canada and the United States. But today we're going to be diving into ghost photography and some images that have been captured that are said to be 100% authentic ghostly images. Now, some of these are really bone-chilling, and I'm so excited to share them with you guys and see what you guys think of these images. Please let me know in the comments below which one freaked you out the most and what you think of them all. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. So I have my iPad here because I want to look at the pictures as I explain what they are so that I'm looking at them while we're talking about them and not just reiterating based off my memory. And the very first photo that we're going to get into here is, oh, this one is so chilling to me. It says, this group portrait of Goddard's Squadron, which had served in World War I at a training facility, is said to feature the ghostly face of Freddie Jackson, a mechanic who had been accidentally killed by an airplane propeller 2 days earlier. His face is said to be visible behind the airman in the top row, fourth from the left. The photo was allegedly taken on the day of Jackson's funeral. Now, if you guys look at this, it is absolutely chilling. And I really wanted to incorporate this particular image because it gave me chills, and I thought that it was not only fascinating but beautiful that he was still a part of the picture even though he had passed on. So I really want to know what you guys think of this particular image. This next picture really brings me so much joy because if you guys have been subscribed to me for a while, or you guys follow me on Instagram or my second channel, Daily Hailey, you guys would know that we have two dogs, Ace and Blue, and they are literally my life. I love them so much. And an interesting fact about the paranormal community is that some people believe that dogs don't have souls in a sense. They believe that when dogs pass, they don't cross on like we do. That's not my personal belief. I believe that our dogs have souls much like we do, that all living beings have souls. That's my personal opinion. And so when I saw this image, I was just filled with so much joy. It says, the photo on the right was said to show the spirit of a deceased terrier reuniting with his canine best friend. It says, according to a 1939 print of Life magazine, the terrier in the left photograph was the beloved playmate of the big dog pictured right. After the terrier died, the dog on the right was heartbroken. The above right photo was snapped by a psychic photographer of the big dog with its owner and allegedly shows the spirit of the small terrier hovering directly over the big dog's backside. And in my opinion, even just zooming in here now, it looks just like the terrier. And unless it's doctored in some way, shape, or form, it just brings me so much joy to know that he's there with his canine best friend. I've actually had experiences where I have sensed and felt the presence of a passed on dog. So I personally believe that dogs are no different than us, that animals are no different than us, that anything with a soul is no different than us when it comes to crossing on, but I would love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions. This next picture I think could be relatively controversial. I feel like some of you might think that it's doctored or photoshopped, but just hear me out here. It said that this picture is of the supposed ghost of Abraham Lincoln with his widow Mary Lincoln and was taken circa 1870. It is considered one of the first examples of spirit photography. It says William Mumler was originally an engraver in Boston who treated photography as a side hobby. After developing a self-portrait and discovering a surprise girl made of light in the final print, he became one of the first spirit photographers, somehow whose principal goal is to capture ghosts and spirits in photographs. The title earned him both acclaim and scorn from the spiritualist community. Though many accused him of fraud, no one was able to debunk his methods. The above photo purportedly depicts a shadowy late Abraham Lincoln hovering behind his mourning wife, Mary Lincoln. Now, I'm really curious to know what you guys think of this. I feel like it's one of those images that someone's gonna say is either 100% real or 100% fake, but I do think it's important to note that, as they said, nobody was able to debunk his methods. So I would love to know what you guys think of this particular image. This next photo was taken in 1963 and is of a supposed ghost named the Spectre of Newby Church. When Reverend K.F. Lord took this photo in 1963 inside the Newby Church in England, it was met with skepticism. Many believed the apparition was merely the result of a well-done double exposure. Lord maintained that the ghost in the photo was not doctored. So I'm really curious to know what you guys think about this particular image. Something about it is very, very eerie and unsettling to me personally, but I'm definitely curious to know what you guys think. Keep in mind, it was taken in 1963. It's not like this is taken recently, so I'm very, very curious to know what you guys think of this. Do you think it was doctored? Do you think it's paranormal activity caught in an image? Definitely let me know. Moving on from that is this image titled Miss Andrews' Baby from 1947. Now this says, this photo of a child appearing over a grave was taken by Miss Andrews in 1947. She noticed the ghost when she had the film developed, but said it wasn't her daughter in the picture. Despite there being some graves for children nearby, the child in the picture has never been identified. Now I think this is another one of those images that people are gonna have like conflicting thoughts about. I think some of you are gonna think it's totally fake. Bear in mind, it was taken in 1947. Like nowadays, it's so easy for us to be more skeptical when it comes to paranormal activity caught on camera or captured in pictures, etc. But this was captured in 1947. So I'm very, very curious to know what you guys think of this picture and if you think that it is real ghost child captured on camera. Then we go into this one, which is titled An Unexpected Guest from the 1950s. And this is just what nightmares are made of. It says, this image taken at some point in the 1950s shows a small family sitting at a table. Two boys sit happily on their mother's laps, but a terrifying and unexpected guest has also dropped in, hanging disturbingly from the rafters. And if this is real, I can't even imagine what they thought when they saw this. I don't know what it is about this image, but there's something so morbid and upsetting about it, where there's these two mothers with their kids posing happily, and then there's something that just seems so dark and disturbing and morbid and triggering. And I wanted to incorporate this and ask what you guys think about this, because this is from the 1950s, and so how this would have been fabricated, I'd love to know your guys' theories, but this image really freaked me out. Then we go into this notorious image. I've actually done a whole video on the Amityville horror house and the entire case surrounding it, so if you guys have yet to see that, I will have a link down in the description. But this is the Amityville Ghost from 1976. And this photo was taken by Ed and Lorraine Warren, and it claims to show the ghost of 9-year-old John DeFeo. DeFeo, along with his other brother, two sisters, and parents, were killed by his older brother Ronald at their house in Amityville. Ed and Lorraine Warren were paranormal experts who entered the house and captured this image using a camera that consistently took photos during the night. The DeFeo murders were the inspiration for the Amityville horror books and films. So this picture is very famous amongst the paranormal community. There's a lot of controversy around it as well, but as I said, based off of all of my research on the Amityville horror house and everything that occurred that night, it doesn't seem too far-fetched. So I wanted to incorporate it, even though we have seen this in my previous video, and just ask your guys' thoughts and opinions. Then we move into the ghost pilot. In 1987, Miss Sayre was visiting an airfield in England with her friend. She thought it would be fun to take a photo of her sitting in the cockpit. When the image was developed, there was a man sitting in the pilot's seat who hadn't been there when the photo was taken. Some believe it's a long-lost pilot, while others are not sure. So I thought this was interesting to add in. It does seem very authentic to me. It does just seem like she's posing for a picture, so I really wanted to include this one as well and see what you guys think of this particular image. And our last image for today's video is absolutely bone-chilling in the most beautiful way possible, and that is a photo taken by a fire department in 1988. The white figure in this photo is believed to be some sort of angel overlooking Rose, who was involved in the car crash. She said it could only have taken a miracle for her to survive the crash, and lo and behold, there's an angel-like figure in attending firefighter Sharon Boo's photo. Now that just gave me the chills, because there's so many miracles in the world where people shouldn't have survived things and they believe that their angels were with them or their loved ones were with them, or it wasn't their time. And to see an image like this with such a horrific car crash, knowing that she shouldn't have survived, and then seeing what looks like an angelic angel or mist or spirit in the image that was taken by a firefighter just gave me the absolute chills, and I thought that it was an absolutely incredible photo to end on. Well, you guys, those are all of the images for today's video, but there are plenty of images circling around the internet. So if you guys would like this to be a series, make sure you let me know down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. Also, make sure you guys let me know what you guys think of these. I know, like I said, some of these could be controversial, but I'm very curious to know what you guys think of all the images. Which one freaked you out the most? Do you believe that they are all authentic spirits captured on camera, or real spirits captured on camera? Let me know that in the comments below as well. And that is it for today's video. If you guys are new to my channel, or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my videos, I would absolutely love and appreciate it if you would go ahead and click that subscribe button, and please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until tomorrow, I love you.